Tyler, how do you feel that your Colorado Avalanche were swept under the rug by Vegas?
Do you want me to use one word or two words?
One word.
Bad.
Okay, now two words.
Very bad.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 12 of Loose Pucks and Deep Cuts. I'm Ty. Did I do that again?
I did it last time.
I'm Coy. That's Tyler.
One of us.
One of us is anyway. But we are going back to reality here a little bit. We're going
little Larry Bird fundamentals.
Yeah, we're going back to
Dribble pass.
what we normally talk about. Actually, take that back. Couple things I wanted to talk about.
Couple things.
First thing, before we go back, I do want to talk about that Av sweep. How does that legit, like, I know we didn't watch a lot of it because we were on vacation, but
I watched it in the room.
Oh, you poor thing.
No. I watched it.
Oh. I know. I don't mean to pick on
it
you.
It happened. No, you're fine. It's part about being a fan. You know, you're with the highs, you're with the lows, but the Avalanche were primed, ready to go to make a push for the Stanley Cup. We were favored all year, best team, President's Cup winner.
Wait a minute.
It's the curse.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And no.
It's just the Vegas they're good, you know. They are. I mean, obviously, I may not be the best supporter of Vegas. They're actually my second least favorite team. Just management and all the things. You know, I have my reasons, but don't need to talk about them on the pod. There's that tack. But yeah, Vegas beat us 4-0. I mean, they're a good team. They're defensively sound. They have great offensive pressure and presence with Mitch Marner, Jack Eichel, and they got their rookie goaltender in net. Carter Hart. He's playing lights out.
Yeah.
It just kind of ran into the buzzsaw. You know, we had a couple days off, and after that sweep, Avs are already making moves. So a lot of people were thinking that the head coach was going to get fired. He's got 1 year left on his contract. But the change that happened is the GM accepted a job in Nashville. So lost a GM. Joe Sakic is stepping back in. Probably Joe Sakic is probably just going to step in until the trade deadline, and then they'll find another GM. But they at least want to get Kel McCarr re-signed to a new contract and get him through the deadline. And then we'll see what happens. I've already moving on to next season. I mean, we got McKinnon. Everybody's in their prime, but the door is running out. You know, you can only be 28 for so long.
Yeah.
And I think the age is starting to show. The depth is coming. But man, playoffs are never easy, and we kind of got the injury bug there at the last minute, and it just hurt, and it hurts my heart.
You know, it was so it not funny, but it was kind of interesting. As soon as that happened, that next day, we all got up and we're like, okay, we're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this. And then as soon as I saw you, I was like, hey, can I borrow a broom really quick?
Oh, yeah. They lost, and immediately I went out to the balcony, and I just sat there, just like, at least I'm in like the happiest place I could be at this moment, because, you know, I'm glad I didn't jump.
Right. And then there was one other thing too that I did want to talk about, just so that way we can get it knocked out and go back to the basics. We were in Miami, and we stopped at the Chili's at the Miami airport,
which is kind of like a staple. You got to hit up an airport Chili's.
And you took a shot. And Holly made you laugh.
Well, I think it was a combination of things. So they had a little promotion where if you buy a shot of tequila, you get a free beer. And so, I mean, me and Coy were like, ooh, yeah, that sounds fun. Which I can't tell you the last time I took a shot of straight tequila. Like maybe back in the college days. It was good. Delicious.
Yeah.
So we were getting ready to take her shot. And then I say some silly little toast. because I'm known for saying silly little toasts that are a lot of corny things that are involved and all the other things.
Not you.
Yeah, and so I'm taking it, and as I'm shooting back the shot, it hits my mouth. Holly makes a joke. I laugh, and I go, and I pretty much spit the tequila back into the glass. It roundabouts right into the eyes. So I got half the shot in the mouth and half the shot in the eyes.
It was so funny to watch.
Burned. I was like,
I heard you kind of choke a little bit, and I looked over. I was like, "You good?" And your face is just.
I'm just like, It's a good warm up for the salt water, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but great disinfectant. It burned.
That is so funny, man. That was awesome. It was hilarious.
I just closed my eyes, got a towel, and everybody's laughing at me. And I'm like, guys, I know. I'm a child with this. Get out of here.
Anyway, sorry. Still thinking about that brings me so much
That
joy.
really kind of like put the best foot forward for the trip.
Right. Anyway, sorry. Just wanted to those two things.
Chili shot. That's gonna live on.
Didn't talk about it, but I wanted to make sure we got.
Yeah, there's
that.
a few like vocal stems and things that will carry on and visuals. That's gonna be one of them.
I worked out last month.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I'm a funny guy. I had no idea. I just thought I was making a little funny joke, and that one's gonna stick.
Mhm.
Caitlin was putting sunscreen on me, and she was rubbing it in. And I was like, "Hey, babe, can you tell I worked out last month?" Now, Holly, Coy's wife, cannot stop repeating that one, and it's cracking all this up.
Tell Tyler worked out last month.
Because Caitlin always makes the joke, be like, yeah, Tyler go in these weird stints where he's all about like working out for like a week or two, and he makes a point to tell everybody that he worked out.
Man, I do that for NPC. Which, if you don't know, NPC, yes, stands for non-playable character. Thank you for pointing that out, by the way. I didn't think about that before I put it on the thing. But NPC stands for National Physique Committee. So it's a bodybuilding competition that I DJ at. And, right, yeah. There's a lot of work that goes into those.
You only mess it up once or twice every time.
Yeah. Sorry, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not watching, but I apologize. Again. But no, man, every time I go to those shows, I always, because you've got the only people that show up, or not show up, but the only people who come to me for music are men's and women's bodybuilding, men's classic physique, and women's physique. Those four categories, they are the biggest men and women in the show. So I'm sitting there, they're coming up to me and they're like, "Hey, this is the song I want to hear for my post routine." And I'm like, "You're huge."
Sir, yes, sir.
Right. I'm like, "Dude, you're a monster." So I always end up, as soon as I get back, I'm going, "I need to go to the gym now." And Holly pointed that out the other day, because as a matter of fact, when I started going back to the gym again, was after me and Miguel got back from doing the show, because I was like, man, I am a tiny dude compared to these people, because they're all just.
And you're, most of the time, I would say like 90% of the time, you're usually the biggest guy in the room.
Oh yeah, with me being as tall as I am, it's
Yeah.
I'm so used
And like
to being.
you have a lot of like fighting and training background, like
Mhm.
military history. So like you're usually that guy.
Yeah, and
But now,
anytime I see those guys, I'm like,
how does it make, like, what's that like mindset? You're just like,
muy pequeño.
guys, those guys are a different animal.
Oh yeah, they are. The amount of work that they put into that crap is so impressive to me. I was talking to one guy last show that I went to. They do that specific diet where it's just boiled chicken and rice for 6 months out of the year, and then the other 6 months of the year it's heavy carbs, heavy.
Like a bulk.
Yeah, they bulk and then they cut, and the cut is when they start doing their shows, because at that point they're like, it's right before they start going back into bulking again is when the shows
They
start.
also decrease their water intake.
Hmm.
They pretty much go into the shows like not drinking water
Completely
for about
dehydrated.
24-hour
Yeah.
period, because it thins out the layer of water in your skin, making your muscles look even more
Right.
bulgier.
And then they do the thing. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos where they take that little metal blade looking thing and then stick it up underneath the muscle. No, I'm good. I don't want that kind of weird feeling to be up underneath my muscle with a piece of metal. I'm good. I'm never going to be a bodybuilder.
I just want to be able to like do some push-ups.
Right.
I just want to look decent for my wife.
Right. I will never in my life be a bodybuilder because that is way too much work.
Do you know how you defeat a bodybuilder?
Kick him in the leg.
No, you put a sticky note between the shoulder blades.
Grab it and twist it.
Because they're so usually a lot of them they're so buff and their traps are so huge. Their range of movement is not very good.
Have you seen the
guy like runs over?
Yeah, but he does
backflips.
He does the thing.
Trap man, or whatever.
Yeah, he does the thing with his traps where his traps, his
too.
lats. He's spreading his lats, making it look like they're wings.
Hell of a dancer too. Like a guy got some moves.
Oh yeah. Every time I see that's my favorite pose. So anytime when they say front lat spread or back lat spread, it's front is they're facing back, whatever. But I see that, and when I hear that, I go, hold on, I got to see this because it is so interesting to me seeing, because it looks like wings are just forming out of their back. It's like, how did you do that? Can I have that?
Yeah.
Can you give me that?
May I have some?
Please, sir, can I have some more? Yeah. But yeah, NPC is a cool show. It's a fun place, and every time I go, they're always so kind. They're so welcoming, and a lot of people think because they're big that they're not that they're all mean and grumpy, and there are some that way, but it's not all of them. For the most part, they're big softies, they're big sweethearts. And everybody who puts on the show, they're always super welcoming to me. They're super kind. If I make mistakes, I don't do that. But no, if I make mistakes, they're like, hey, it's okay, just remember it for next time. Okay. But yeah, and when I took Miguel with me to the last show, they were super cool with Miguel, and they told me I'm not allowed to come back unless I have him with me. But
Miguel is the coolest guy.
I know, right? He's one of those people. It's just every time he's around, it's just like you almost have to be happy and excited.
Oh yeah, because if I know if Miguel's gonna be at any place that I'm at, I'm like, I'm gonna have a good time.
Right?
Yeah, he's such a joy to be.
Oh yeah, he's a cool guy. What were we getting ready to talk? ESPN.
Oh, yes.
They hate the NHL.
So ESPN, they rotate every other year with TNT as far as like who can broadcast like the Stanley Cup Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And this year it is ESPN's, and usually for like the playoff games they kind of rotate between like different games and they share the love. But my problem is that ESPN as a whole does not put very much publicity to the NHL. When you watch ESPN at late night, you watch the highlights, majority of it's going to be basketball, baseball, or even NHL during the time. I feel like hockey is kind of like this best kept secret, and everybody would love it if they got exposed to it more.
Right.
But even you take game 1 of the NHL Finals this year, there was a goal in the first 25 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That announcer or the play caller was like, and he shoots and he scores, got a goal.
And that was
Where's the excitement?
Right.
Like, that is insane that happened. Like, blow it up. I want to see that clip everywhere. But it's all about the NBA Finals at the moment. And they weren't even playing that night. Like, share the love.
Well, that's why when I watch those games, I make sure to whatever team I'm supporting. So like I use Pittsburgh, for example. I make sure, because you have the two different streams, the alternate I always make sure that I watch the Pittsburgh Sports Network rather than ESPN's broadcast or whoever they're playing. Just because you do get that excitement. So you get that excitement because that dude's
and they're kind of like homers.
He's like, because no, sorry, you're good. But because he's supporting that team, he's like, yes, like you said, he's from there. He's excited. He wants them to win. So all that that just makes the game more fun watching
And
it
I
on TV.
wish we could have local broadcasts for playoff games and like Stanley Cup games.
Right.
Like what I've done in the past, if I'm able to watch the game real time, is there's the radio broadcast with Connor McGahey that does the Altitude Sports Radio, and
Mhm.
now Mark Rykoff is doing it with them. I usually mute the TV and then just turn them on so I can listen to it. But there was reports out at parts of Indiana that when they try to watch the NHL Game 1,
Mhm.
the broadcast was muted. But the stadium was like amplified, so you could still hear the crowd noise. And that got me thinking, I don't know if I'd pay for it, but I wish there was an option where I could not have any broadcasters or anybody talking, and I was just crowd noise. I feel like that'd be
That'd be
special.
cool,
I feel like
yeah.
it more involved in the
It's like
game.
they do with the NASCAR races, where that at the very beginning of the race when they go around that first lap and they have you they tell you at the very bottom it says turn the sound up on your TV, and it's just volume up. Because when you're watching those, you hear at least I remember, I don't know if they still do it, but that's what I remember watching with my dad. You hear the cars just you hear them go by, and then you hear the crowd once all the cars have gone by, and it's a cool thing to be able to hear everything that's going on.
Which racing have you? I know you have family up in like Springs, Colorado Springs, so you've gone to like Pikes Peak Motor Speedway. Have you watched the live racing event before?
I've watched a lot of live racing events. So my grandfather was the voice of the Pikes Peak motorway for a very long time, or speedway rather. He was the voice of the speedway. He was at the fair. He was the voice of all the derbies and the races that they put on at the fair. Anything that had to do with cars, before he passed away, anything that had to do with cars in Colorado, you were probably hearing his voice.
So even like the Pikes Peak runway when they race up the mountain, he was there, huh?
That was his favorite thing to do.
Wow.
Because that was such a cool, I remember him telling me a story about that. First time he ever did it, he was so scared watching these people just up and down the road with there's no barriers when you're that high up.
And they're rally cars
for whatever
too, right?
reason, yeah.
They're running.
And they're speeding down, and he's just like, oh my god, like it's just petrified, like, oh,
so loud.
Oh yeah.
I remember we went to a Texas Motor Speedway race when Jeff Gordon was racing, and we had to put like headphones on in order to actually be able to enjoy the race.
Right, because it is so loud.
But they have a broadcasting sort of switch where you can actually listen into the pit crews.
Oh, really?
So like if you got a favorite racer, you can listen to them pit, listen to like their call signs, kind of what they're doing during the race. And I mean, we have a lot of players who are mic'd up in multiple leagues. I mean, NHL, even MLB baseball, they mic up players and they can talk to them like mid game.
Yeah.
And things like that. I mean, how cool would it be to experience a Stanley Cup final game with like the head coach's point of view? Like you hearing him shout out, things like that.
That's a lot of explicit. So that
that's probably why they don't do it. And it might be even like, yeah, and it might be like the other team could scout it and kind of get their game plan. So like I get that, but like as a fan experience, I would feel like I'd be put out in the ice, like I'm put out in the race car, because races are so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the problems you get is people like, oh, they take too long and all those things. But I mean, even F1, I feel like I would love to experience a live F1 event.
Right.
Because it's not just the racing. F1, I feel like, is more about like the build up to the race and the qualifying.
Right.
Which
actually, matter of fact, let me pull something up really quick.
Yeah, there's 3 F1 races in the United States now. You got Miami, Austin, and Vegas. And the closest one to us would be Austin, which I feel like is the least popular of the 3 because Miami's Miami, Las Vegas is Vegas.
Right.
So I feel like if I ever got the opportunity to go to one, it would be there in Austin. And I would love to do it. Just like the fan build up. A lot of like these main European sports, when they come to America, we got the World Cup coming now, but they're so invested into the actual like analytics of it and the racers, and these guys got the fastest reaction time out of any
and dude, it's
sports.
such an impressive feat. that they can do that, because it's like, how in the world are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
how is your reaction time that just that quick?
Crazy.
You're talking about F1. I'm trying to look for it so I can put it up there and show people. But one of the coolest things, at my grandpa's funeral, we got to see and hear that car, and it was absolutely insane. Where is it at? Because with him being as big into the racing community as he was able to, or he had so many racers, so many racers, so many what's the word? Announcers, all these different people, they were all coming just for his funeral. And I'm meeting Colorado royalty, and they've got an F1 car there that was really cool. They've got all kinds of different, like
But it sounds like your grandfather was royalty in Colorado too. In,
Oh,
like, the
yeah.
racing community.
Oh yeah, he was such a big nope. Okay, keep going. He was such a big name in Colorado when it came to racing, that if you said the word or if you said the name Beck Bechtelheimer, everybody would be 100%.
Everybody would know.
Yeah, everybody would know who you were talking about. But like, here, let me do this. I'm gonna do like that. That was really cool to be able to see that, the Pikes Peak Speedway, and then his name, he actually signed his name up at the top of that nobody else, or they wouldn't let anybody else sign that car.
Now, what is that car's like? What is it to Pikes Peak Speedway?
It was the car that they had sitting out front of the stands. And then hang on, let me switch this back, and then let's see.
Because, like, to my knowledge, Pikes Peak Speedway is not. I mean, it's got like its talent, but it's not going to be like your NASCARs or like your like any of those big races.
No,
right?
no, it's not any huge things, but like this car too. This one was really cool because this was put on by this is that F1 car that I was talking about. I can't remember the name of the place, or not the place, but the sponsor of this car, but it is a wounded veteran. It's a car for wounded veterans essentially, and they always make money off of those cars. I'm trying to see if I can find.
I imagine when that thing started up, it hurt your ears. The amount of horses tucked away in that thing.
Yeah, hold on. You're gonna have to take your headphones off for it, and I'm gonna restart it. But you can see me kind of jump a little bit. Hold on. Screen share, and all right. Oh, it's not loud enough on here, but I did it again.
What'd you do?
Hang on. They can't hear it.
Oh.
I'm gonna play it again just so that way they can hear it this time.
I used it as like a send off.
Yeah. But that backfired, man. That was so cool, and it was such a cool experience to be a part of that.
Do we have like local races and things like that around here?
I mean, you've got Thunder Valley, but that's all drag strip and stuff like that. It's nothing. I'm gonna turn this off because there we go. Okay. Yeah, you've got Thunder Valley, but that's all drag strip stuff. I don't know that they do a lot of just, full track races or anything like that in Oklahoma.
You know what I would really like to see? It's kind of like an Oklahoma bucket list for me. Is they're in El Reno at that lake. They do like boat races.
Oh yeah,
I've never seen it. I've really never really heard of it too much places, but I feel like as a spectator, that'd be really cool to see.
it would. It'd be a lot of fun. And And I think they do it at Thunderbird as well too.
Okay.
I think they do boat races because I see those. You've got those big monstrous speedboats that are out there, and they don't go anywhere. So you would think like if they're not going anywhere, then they've got to be doing the races somewhere.
There was a story from the lake that my family used to go to called Ute Lake there in New Mexico. There was always a big old racing jet boat. But I guess the Rangers had a speedometer or some sort of like clock on them. It kept going, I think it was like 102 on the water or 120, something insane.
Mm.
And they're like, nobody wants to crash or
No.
anything, but I mean, at that speed, you're a skipping rock on the water.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're like that guy that
no
was just
airball
bouncing.
You don't have any airbags or anything to
No.
stop you, or
No,
a roll
not at all.
cage or a neck brace.
Not at all. You can't even at that point. You can't even really slow yourself down. If you pull that back on that thing, I don't think you'll be able to. You'll have to wait for the momentum to slow you down. Right. It's like
you take off the throttle.
Right. Because yeah, you're just. Man, but that's one of the things too that stuff like that makes me miss, like talking about stuff like this makes me miss my grandpa a lot, because he would be so interesting to sit down and talk with.
Oh, yeah.
We heard, or I remember hearing so many stories about that. Anytime we went to go visit him, he would tell us stories about that kind of stuff. Just because that's all he knew was racing. So learning about all this stuff and then going and somebody posted a link to a video that had his he was inducted into the Pikes Peak Speedway Hall of Fame, and they had his induction video, everybody talking about him, and you're sitting there going, I thought I knew all the stories about him, but there's more. And yeah, he was a very interesting individual.
And I think that's something beautiful to see, and something that somebody's always striving to like become, is you find something that you love so much that you're willing to like develop your whole life into it.
Right.
And the amount of stories and the amount of like creativity that comes from it, and like how focused somebody can be, and like maybe it started as a hobby, then it became a career, and then it became a life.
Right.
The amount of enjoyment that he got from it. I mean, you
know
he enjoyed his life.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he was a very, not only just the enjoyment that he got out, you could tell, because he was a very like monotone when you're hanging out at home. He would be kind of interesting, but then go back right to monotone. But when he was out on the track and sitting up in the booth, it was okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be racing it. And he just so fast, and I'm going, this is not my grandfather. What is going on here?
I feel like being a broadcaster would be fun.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, and that's kind of essentially what we're doing a little bit. Why aren't mine ever that pretty?
It's Chris, man.
Why aren't mine ever that pretty when I do it? I'm always sitting here trying to get the perfect angle, just like
just gotta hit it. You just gotta go
but it. Mine are never that pretty sounding. It makes me sad.
Maybe your headphones are just turned up. They're fine tuned.
Yeah, but it's when I try and go back and listen to it on here, it's like horrible. But I guarantee you, when I go and edit this one, it's gonna be perfect. Or the last one. But you know what? I'm gonna let you pick.
Oh, I get a pick?
Yeah,
Is one of the lists threw up there?
What just happened?
I wrote on the mic. So all right, so here's what I want to talk about. I want to know the most impressive thing that you've ever done. And I'll start with mine and kind of give you a gauge of where I'm at.
Okay.
Mine is completely random and nobody saw it. This happened when I was probably like 16 or 17.
Okay.
So back in the day, I had there's my sink, and then I had a sort of a counter. And on my counter next to my sink in my bathroom, I had a piggy bank. And then you take a couple steps back, I have a little closet that I would like change in. And so one day, I was done with the day. I was taking off my jeans, and I had a quarter in my pocket. And I was about 6 feet away from my piggy bank.
Hang on. The way you tell stories is so awesome, because you're like, I had a quarter in my pocket. Just the way you inflect is so cool.
Because it means so much of the story. So I had a quarter in my pocket, okay? And I am next to my hamper. I'm in the doorway of my closet.
Mhm.
I look back at my piggy bank. And I was like, I'm not going to walk all over there just to put a quarter in. So
Right.
I went ahead and took a shot.
Yeah.
I didn't swish it. That would have been insane. But what happened is it hit the piggy bank. It flipped and then went ding, 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 straight down. So I sunk a quarter into a piggy bank from 6 feet away.
See, I'm not that impressive.
It was, and nobody saw it. Even I was like,
wait, did
whoa,
that just
wait
happen?
a minute. Yeah, no, like I wish sometimes I had a built-in recorder in my eyes where I can record half the things that I do. Because
just like, hey, Meta, record the last 5
I was
seconds.
in disbelief. I think I probably stood there for 30 seconds, just like, I'm him. I'm that guy. I'm the most impressive thing to ever walk the face of this earth. Like, I just drained a quarter from a piggy bank from 6 feet away.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever done that. See, now I'm trying to think.
Crowd surfing?
That
Is that
hurts.
impressive?
That no. I made sure somebody didn't fall on their head. No, that stuff, man. I'm getting too old for that crap. Most impressive thing that I've ever done.
It's always like the weird feats, like I wish somebody could have seen that.
Right. See, and asking me off the top of my head, sucks because I'm sitting here like, oh man,
I should have thrown you a bone.
There's cool things that I know how to do or that I've done before, but I don't remember.
I mean, you could say like karaoke and things like that. It's always impressive. I'm trying to think of like some of the impressive things I've witnessed you do.
I don't know.
Hey, you're pretty good at running down a electrical or a flat escalator with 3 bags in your hands.
trying to race you, yeah.
Yeah, we sprint to them bad boys. Dude, tell about when you're in the military, you're freaking running, man. You're like what, top 2 like all time or something crazy?
No,
like
it wasn't anything like that because there are guys who are so much more impressive than me. It was just in the unit that I was in, I was one of the highest, but everybody else it's not nearly as impressive as it sounds because there are, like I said, there are freaking Captain Americas just sprinting.
Oh,
yeah. Like in that trying to remember. I think it was Captain America Civil War when he's at the very beginning.
On your left.
On your left. Yeah, on your left. On your left. On your left. There are guys who can do that crap, and I'm out. I can't. No, I'm good. I'm not even gonna try and do that.
Like making friends in like your 20s, like especially like late 20s, where you're like, you forget like these people, they have a whole life and things that they've done, and then then I met you, and then we have our life together, things to know about. But I mean, the experiences that we've had, and like it's so great meeting friends, especially like close friends later in life, because you don't have like those dumb high schools where you grow up together. You don't have like those college stories or anything like, but you get to learn those from each other.
Yeah, and that is cool too because it was funny the other day after we went to the zoo, when Miguel came out with me to do karaoke. He texted Holly and said, "Your husband's so cool." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Well," he sent a video of me singing, and he's like, "This is just impressive." And then the next time they came over, Holly had said something about, "Can you do this for me?" And Miguel goes, "I don't know that there's anything he can't do. Like, just because I'm one of those people that if that's something that needs to be done, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna learn how to figure out how to. My bracelet that I got in Jamaica, it broke. I made a new one, and Holly's sitting there. When I finished with it, she's looking at it and she goes, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I just watched a video." I'm one of those YouTube guys.
You're the only person that I've ever seen actually use a paracord bracelet for any sort of use. Like you cut it, you unstrung it. Yeah. You're the only person I've actually ever seen use it that's like not just for looks.
So, okay, what he's talking about, we were doing we were moving from my old house to this house, and I am not a big planner. So when it comes to things that I need, for the most part, if it's not in my pocket or on my person, I'm not going to use it at all.
We needed a ratchet strap.
So yeah, we didn't have a ratchet strap. We were trying to move a fridge and we didn't have a ratchet strap. And I was like, I was kind of looking around, and then I looked down and I saw the paracord bracelet on my hand, and I went, hang on a second. I took it off, tied it up in a knot, and then tied a knot around one side of the truck, tied a knot around the other side of the truck, and then just cinched it down real tight. And everybody's looking at me like I'm weird. Like, is that going to hold? I'm like, dude, it's paracord. Of course it's going to hold.
It's like a tensile strength of like 4,000 pounds.
Oh, right.
It's good.
Right. And it was one of those, because a lot of times, people, like I said, since I don't plan very well, I'm always prepared for things. I'm like that damn goat in the Red Riding Hood movie, the animated, what is that movie called?
Is it not?
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
Hoodwinked. That's what
it's
the movie's called. You know the goat who has the different horns. One he's got spins around to make him fly, stuff like that. I'm kind of the goat of that in that movie, where I always have something that I'm like, hey, I'm prepared for whatever I need to be prepared for.
So you don't plan, you prepare.
Yeah.
But you prepare ahead of time, and you just make do with what you got.
Right. Yeah. So then that's why I ended up using the paracord. And even my father-in-law, he looks at me, he's like, that's not going to hold. Like,
so the most impressive
thing that
you do is you prepare ahead of time.
I prepare instead of plan, I guess.
Which I imagine you've got like a scenario for about everything that you've already prepared for. It's just you got to wait for that scenario to line up. Yeah.
Right. Like I don't know. I don't think I have it in here.
So not prepared.
But no, I have a rock, a tiny little rock. I found it in the middle of the road one day, and I picked it up. I was like, that's my rock now. And I keep that thing everywhere. It's somewhere around here in the house. And every time Holly sees it, she's like, what is the purpose of this thing? Sentimental value. Yeah. She's like, you can't use that.
Everybody needs a rubbing rock.
Right. Right. But no, we always do. We have this rule where if it's sentimental, you can't get rid of it. If there's some sentimental value to it, you can't get rid of it. So I always tell her it's for sentimental value. I'm just waiting for the day that I use that rock, and I'm like, I told you, because she thinks it's the stupidest thing in the world. She's tried to hide it from me like 4 or 5 times.
That's where it's at. She's probably. So how many rocks do you have? You got a basket of 30 of them over there.
Got a lot of rocks. Got a lot of rocks.
I like that rule though, like sentimental value, because I'm not necessarily a hoarder or anything. I'm just very bad at like throwing things away and or like donating them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I'll wear that shirt again. I never do, but I'm like, I like that shirt. I've been through a lot with that shirt.
Yeah. But you don't.
Never wear it.
Yeah, you never wear it. That's why I used to, in the garage of the old house before, you never saw it, but in the garage of the old house, we had a whole wall of T-shirts that I never wore. And it was one of those where either they were too small for me, or I wore them once for a party or something, or somebody made them for me. Never used them again after the one time. And then, or like I said, they were too small. And so I took those thumbtacks. That's why I have all these copious amounts of thumbtacks everywhere, because I would take those thumbtacks and just stick to T-shirts on the wall, because I'm like, meh, there you go. It's now decoration. What was a useful thing is now decoration.
I hate the shirts that are like a little bit too tight that you say, be like, oh, I'll get in shape again.
What are you trying to say? That's all I wear, because I don't want to buy new shirts.
You can turn them into rags, I guess.
People always ask me why my shirts are too small. I'm like, because I don't want to buy new ones.
Clothing's expensive nowadays,
dude. Oh,
everything's gone up.
Yeah, it's so annoying how much or how expensive things have gotten, because there's no need for it.
But I'm a big sucker for like a worn-in cotton T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
like I have like 4 of them that I wear that are probably like 5 years old.
See, I like pump covers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what pump covers are?
No.
Okay, so pump covers are essentially oversized T-shirts. And so I have like that black one with the green arms that I have. You probably
I don't pay attention to what you wear, Coy.
yeah. But it's essentially just an oversized T-shirt that kind of just hangs there. Gives you extra mobility, stuff like that. I wear those.
Yeah, it's good for fighting.
Yeah,
more mobility.
Yeah, it's just like Joe Rogan. Well, no, because I think what did Joe Rogan say? He never wears shirts that can be grabbed. He'll never wear.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's not, or if it is a hindrance in a fight, he's not going to wear it. I'm not like that though. I don't do that. That's too much because I like to be comfortable.
You're just going to take it off.
Yeah.
It's going to get ripped anyways.
Right. You'll see
shirts get ripped.
You'll see that belly that you saw in the Jamaica
one pic where we're just lined up. Might be one of my favorite ones. No. Let me hit you with a little top 3 here.
Okay.
I want to, maybe it could be a top 3, but like, what are some of the best trips that you use? Like, fairly common. Like very, very recently, just like a chirp.
Chirp?
Yeah, because like one of the chirps that I always use is like, you got a tough friend here, pal.
I have been using that recently.
Which a lot of them are going to be like more like Shoresy based and things like that. But like, I love that chirp.
I have been using that one
because it's like, who are you? Like, who are you to be talking like this?
I think. See, I don't know if I can give you top 3 just because
let's talk about some best trips.
One of my absolute favorites are you sound like somebody that's easily ignored. Because it makes them go, wait, huh? What? Like, that doesn't make sense. And then they think about it and they go, oh.
Yeah. I got one piggybacking on. I love to say, I'm glad you don't let your opinion get clouded by facts. Oh, yeah. It's like one of the, it's nice, but is it?
Right. But one of my all-time favorite is Shoresy, but it's Letterkenny Shoresy, not Shoresy, but it's oh yeah, what's gonna happen, Shoresy? 3 things: I hit you, you hit the pavement, I jerk off on your driver's side door handle. It's awesome. It's so much fun.
Why are those shows so great? Like, that's probably the best television I've ever watched. Right. Letterkenny and Shoresy. Yeah. Jared Keeso is a fantastic director, writer, and actor. Like, if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Oh yeah, Letterkenny or Shoresy. I mean, but either one of them. I would start with Letterkenny. Matter of fact, season 2, episode 3. You'll thank me later.
Which one is that?
Baseball. They're playing catch with each other in the beginning.
Oh, that's my favorite cold open they ever do. She paid attention to my erogenous zone, and they just stopped playing catch with him. Pop flies.
Found a hot bounder.
Yeah, way to get that glove.
Way to get the body in front of it. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, there's
talking about.
No, wait. One of the chirps I always use at like hockey games when I'm like chirping the refs is like, hey ref, check your cell phone, I think you missed the call. That one's always a go-to for me.
Oh, mine is yeah, no, you heard it quite a bit. How much did they pay you? I'll pay you double.
I'll pay you more.
Just like, stop, man. Because that call, and I'm still going to talk about that call, because that call got on my last nerve. He made the goal, and then the guy knocked the net off the post. He made that goal. That ref can say whatever he wants. That should have been counted.
You know, I was thinking the other day that development camp should be coming up fairly soon. But it usually happens on I think it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes, but it's in...
No, right now it's in Utah.
Yes.
But after that, they usually bring all the boys into Oklahoma, and they have one here.
Oh, really?
Okay. I remember last year I went to it, and it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because they have I think 6 teams the first day, and they sort of like wean them down into like the final 2 teams, like the All-Star sort of break. But it's a running clock. They rotate goalies every period, and they just go. And it's just nothing but pure hockey.
Oh yeah.
And you're sitting there with all like the parents, and you're just like shooting the crap with them. It's such a good experience. I really, really want to go to that again with you.
I just thought of another chirp that made me a horrible person.
Can you say it?
Man, these guys, they skate like children. Why are they skating so bad? I can't remember the word I used, but it was essentially they skate like children. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
It was the Wounded Warriors.
Oh my gosh.
Chris spit his water out because of what I said, because it was so funny.
And then you found out later it was even more funny.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt so bad about that afterwards, but it was so funny in the moment.
You're probably like, these guys skate like they're hurt.
No, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, it's something about children who learn how to skate in
Like, get this guy a bucket.
in Texas or something like that, in the heat, or tried to skate on. I don't remember what it was, but
That you put
skating
some
on
thought
water.
behind it, huh?
I did. I really put some thought behind it, and I'm really mad that I can't remember what it was, because it was hilarious. It was so funny.
It's gonna come to you at like 2 a.m. and you're gonna send me a
I'm
text.
gonna text
and I'm
you
like,
just like I did with you use coconut shells, because the reason my dad had watched that episode that when we were talking about what tool would you bring for
like an island?
Yeah, for the island thing, and you said pots and pans so you could boil stuff in. My dad texted coconut shells ? That's why I texted you and Chris both. I went, coconut shells. Like,
Yeah. Trying to think that would be effective.
I mean,
does it radiate heat enough to boil water in?
Probably.
Maybe. You know,
It's-
if I ever run myself in coconut, I'll put that to the test.
We could have used the
We
coconut.
could have. We didn't have an open flame. With it
I had my lighter.
Could we built a fire on the beach?
We could have just sat there with the lighter, like,
and be like, hey, Paul, give me the burner.
oh, Paul, a Thumbelina. I'm like, dude. Speaking of best, though, best fast food.
Yes. Best fast food. All right.
I already have mine.
Well, go ahead. I'll think.
Bojangles.
That just got here. You're gonna put that at 1. I know you had it. Yeah. All right. Speech.
I've had Bojangles, because Bojangles, yes, it just got to Oklahoma, but that was a staple in North Carolina. So every weekend, that would be my kind of cheat meal, where it was like, oh, I'm gonna run out to Bojangles and get me one of their biscuits, because they have these really yummy berry biscuits. Oh, so good. Bojangles is real chicken. It is real down home fried chicken, and it's delicious. And it's pretty cheap for what it is, because you get quite a bit of food for not a lot of money.
I've actually only had it once since it came here, because that line is still out the door.
Is it really?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. Did you try the biscuit?
Yeah, I tried a biscuit. Coleslaw was lacking, but it was still good.
Yeah, but
I'm going there for the chicken.
I was gonna say the coleslaw. Any place you go, fast
It's
food
like you
place
going to McDonald's and getting an apple pie.
I was one of the instances of the apple pie missing the filling debacle. I was one of those victims of that crime. I ordered an apple pie. They gave me an apple pie, and it felt light, but it was to go. I was already on the road, and I was like, oh, why is this lighter than it should be? Like, it was bread. It felt like light as bread. That didn't feel anything else to it. It's like, whatever. I took a bite and I went, where's my filling? Like, it was completely empty. All it was just a piece of cinnamon bread. There was no actual apple filling inside. It was just the empty shell of I'm going, what is this? And then I stopped eating McDonald's, because McDonald's is horrible.
All right, so we got Bojangles at 1. Give you 2 and 3.
2 is a place called Cookout. Cookout is also not in Oklahoma, but it is very big in North Carolina, more specifically Jacksonville, North Carolina. I know it's big in other places too, but I just remember Jacksonville, North Carolina. You go to Cookout on a Saturday night or a Sunday morning, and that place is packed. There are so many people in and out because they don't do just normal, like, it's not like a chicken place or a hamburger place or a fast food Mexican place. It is all of it. Anything that you could think of being at a Cookout, whether it's hamburgers and hot dogs, quesadillas, fried chicken, they have everything. And everything they make is so tasty. We went right after we got married, right before we got married. I took Holly to North Carolina because I wanted her to explore the base a little bit. And so when we went, she goes, okay, yes, everything here is great, but where did you go to eat? I'm like, well, I either went to the Chow Hall, which it's all Sodexo food, so it's all like cafeteria food stuff. Or I would go out to, and I'd say Cookout, Bojangles, stuff like that. She says, what is Cookout? Like, are you kidding me? You don't know what Cookout is?
I have no idea.
And so we took her to Cookout, and now every time I talk about maybe taking a trip to North Carolina or anywhere on the East Coast, she goes, oh, Cookout.
Now it's stuck with her.
Right, because as soon as she tried that, because she got the quesadilla, and she's just, oh, Cookout. And I'm like, it's good. The quesadilla is great. I mean, but it's fast food. And she goes, I don't care. It's Cookout.
It's delicious.
It's delicious food. And then I don't remember. I don't eat a lot of fast food. Maybe. Actually, old school Jimmy John's before they did all these updates.
Dude, that Italian nightclub is still hard to beat.
Gargantuan's better because it's everything. But all the, like, when I say the old school, because they changed their menu 3 or 4 years ago.
I still love knowing the fact you worked at Jimmy John's. You still got the hat?
No, I don't have the hat anymore. But yeah, the old school menu back when I worked there, their menu, everything was cold, and you got your sprouts, your cherry peppers,
I miss the sprouts.
I do too. You know why they stopped doing it? Because of not E. coli. There was another disease.
Salmonella?
No, it might have been E. coli. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, that's why they stopped doing it, because where they bought their sprouts from, it was either one batch had it, the other batch didn't. One batch had it, the other batch didn't. And they were like, we're not paying all this money for this crap if it's just gonna be a hit and miss kind of deal.
Those microgreens, they were delicious.
Oh yeah, it was the best thing ever. And I miss, because that sprout was just that little extra, almost earthy flavor of just.
It was crunch too.
Yeah, and that I miss those sprouts. But I would always get, because you know me, I'm a cheese guy. If you didn't know that, I'm a little disappointed.
I now know you're a cheese guy.
I'm a big cheese guy.
I saw you eat cheese earlier today, and I'm like,
yeah,
I kind of want some cheese.
I'll get you some cheese. But since I'm a big cheese guy, I always got the Veggie Club, which is 2 pieces of provolone with the avocado spread in the middle. And do I have a booger?
No, I'm itching my nose.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
like they could see.
It's 2 pieces of provolone. Well, 4 pieces, but 2 layers of provolone with an avocado spread in the middle, and then it had cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, mayonnaise. I think that was it. Yeah, because everything else I would add to it. So I'd get the Veggie Club, extra cheese. So I'd get 8 pieces of cheese.
It's that employee discount going to work, huh?
Right. I'd get 8 pieces of cheese, then I'd get extra tomatoes. So instead of the 4 or 5 tomatoes across, I'd get 10. And then extra cucumbers. Skip the extra lettuce because lettuce is gross. But then I'd get Dijon mustard. So in between the 2 pieces, since it was extra cheese, in between the 4 pieces, you had the avocado spread, like 2 and 2, and then the avocado spread in between the 2. I'd get Dijon on either side of the avocado. So it was like cheese, Dijon cheese, avocado cheese, Dijon cheese.
You made some artwork, didn't
Yes. Yes, I did. And then after that, I'd get double bacon. And then I'd get I'd do the ham too. So I'd do ham and bacon with all this extra. And then I took I'd have them take the core out, because with the subs versus the clubs, with the clubs they leave that bread in on the top bun. With the subs, they take the bread out, so that way they can fit everything, like all the veggies and stuff, inside that hole. So that way you can close it tighter. Whereas with the clubs, like, you just have it as wide as you want. But I'd always have them take the center out and then just put it on the side, so I could eat the big ball of
Just bread.
Yes. There's something about that
This
bread.
turned into a completely different sandwich. It started as a veggie, then it turned out to be a pita nightmare. And now you got a whole bread core that you're eating.
Just a big old chunk of bread about that big. I remember taking those out, and they would always throw them away, and I'm like,
your manager is watching you like,
you're so wasteful.
so dumb.
Right. So I would, because they would always just throw them in the trash. I'm like, okay, this is wrong. This is just sick and wrong. Because the bread is so good.
I'm a big advocate. I always buy the day old bread.
Have you ever made French toast with the day old bread?
I have not. I usually buy the day old bread and just go home and make ham and cheese sandwiches. Throw that in the oven.
Make some French toast with the day old bread.
Toast, little egg wash, little cinnamon on it.
French toast with the day old bread from Jimmy John's. But instead of using butter, use Texas Roadhouse butter. So you've got
it in the fridge.
You've got Jimmy John's bread. You've got Texas Roadhouse butter.
And why stop there? Throw some Bojangles chicken on it.
Right.
Chicken and waffles.
And then, syrup from Cracker Barrel.
So that's pretty much the best dish you've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you absorb so many things that you like from different places. You put it into one, and somehow that works.
Yeah. You just find the things.
I need to go back to Cracker Barrel. I need to get some syrup.
There, blueberry syrup.
Wait, how do you say syrup?
Syrup.
Okay, good. Glad you don't say syrup. That would have made me a little irritated.
That makes me sad. I'm going to start saying syrup.
My wife says syrup, and
Why?
I hate it. Oh, you're going to start saying it? You're going to start pouring your milk before your cereal, too? Yeah.
Why do you do this to me?
All right, let me give you my 1, 2, 3 real quick. All right. My number 1, I haven't had it in a while because it's getting pricey, but Wendy's. I will mess up a Baconator given the opportunity. The fries, I think they have some of the best fries out there. The sea salt, hand cut, whole potatoes. I love me a good Wendy's.
See why, but
bro, if you're on a budget, go get the biggie bag. Used to be $4, now it's like $5 or $6 or something. But you get 4 nuggets, you get a bag of fries, you get a little like junior bacon cheeseburger, get a drink. Dude, that was a budget meal for me. Yeah, and I enjoyed it every single time.
There was go ahead. Do 2 and 3 before it.
Yeah. 2, I think it's the number 1 fast food restaurant in America at the moment. Chick-fil-A. Love a I love a chicken sandwich. I love the waffle fries.
Waffle fries are good. Their chicken sandwiches are not nearly to me, because I know it's
the sauce that carries. It's like Cane's, the sauce carries.
I know it's sacrilege living in Oklahoma saying Chick-fil-A is not good, but it's really not. The only good part about Chick-fil-A is the way they fry their chicken. Or I'm sorry, not the way they fry it, the way they marinate their chicken.
But your wife can't have it either because she's allergic to peanuts.
But they marinate in pickle juice.
Really?
Yes.
Yum.
So
tender?
Yes. That's why it's so tender and juicy because that's what they're marinating their chicken in the night before is pickle juice, and it's just.
And I'm kind of split on my 3 because they're different, but I also have an honorable mention I want to give, but I still want to give love here.
I was fixing to say, you're about to miss one because you made the funniest joke on the planet, in my opinion, the funniest joke on the planet when we were finally back in America.
It's not Taco Bell.
No.
But I feel like my number 3 is going to be that bad boy right there.
Whataburger?
Whataburger.
That would be in one of my tops, yes.
Yep. I'm a Texas boy. I love me a Whataburger. But I really
Oklahoma,
appreciate
the Whataburger. It's
the thing that I love about Whataburgers. I'm a night shift nurse, and so
my night nurse. Sorry.
Gotcha. So I'm able to get dinner when I get off at 7 a.m. So a lot of the times I'll be getting Whataburger at like 7:30, 7:45 in the morning. I'll get me a patty melt and some French fries, and it's the greatest thing ever. It's also really good at like 2, 3 a.m. if you're a little under the influence, but you gotta stand in line for forever. But the beauty about ordering a dinner at Whataburger, I get fresh fries and a fresh burger every time.
Every single time.
I'm the only person ordering a burger at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Everybody else is looking at you
I
going,
love it.
huh?
But I was split between that and Panda Express.
That's what I was talking about, because as soon as we landed in Miami on the way home, you said, man, I'm so excited. I'm going to get home and I'm going to have the all-American meal. And I was like, what are you talking about?
The most American meal I can think of.
The most American meal I can think of. And I was like, what are you talking about? You said Panda Express. And I went, what? What did you just say? Because it didn't make any sense. As soon as you said Panda Express, I'm going, wait.
No, because like everybody thinks that like orange chicken. I might be wrong. There is a meal, but like everybody's like, oh, I want to go get some authentic Chinese orange chicken. But it was the idea of orange chicken or whatever dish I'm thinking of, I'm using it as an example, was actually made in America. So it's actually American Chinese food, not actual Chinese food.
Yeah. Did you know fortune cookies are American?
That might be what I'm thinking of.
It might be.
But can I give you my honorable mention, which might be a hot take here?
If you say Brahms, I might have to smite you.
I'm not.
I love Brahms. I do.
Yeah, local.
It's local, yes. Their food is not good.
This is an even hotter take.
If you
honorable mention.
Don't say McDonald's. Don't say McDonald's. Okay.
You're gonna love it. Honorable mention, when it is good and it is clean and the actual establishment is putting out a good product, it is some of the best food I've ever had. That is going to be Long John Silver's. I love me a good some fish and chicken and fries and some hush puppies and get the crumbs. I feel like Long Johns are notorious for being like dirty.
So hold on,
like bad places.
You just like the flavor of grease, then?
Oh, you throw some malt vinegar on it, I'm there. Like, I feel like malt vinegar should be at like with ketchup and mustard at a side table.
Long John's.
Give me the opportunity to mess up some Long John Silver's. I will take you up.
It tastes like dirty grease.
Yeah, it leaves a film in your mouth for 2 days.
That's the grease.
But hey, when it's going in, it's nothing's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Fish and chips, man.
Yeah, but it's not even fish and chips.
That's why it's an honorable mention. But I love some Long John Silver's.
It's processed food.
They actually shut down the Long John Silver's in Amarillo for like 3 years before we moved here.
Mm-hmm.
But when me and Caitlin used to go on vacation, we would go out of our way to see if the place we were vacationing to had a Long John Silver's. It was a destination spot for us.
Hold on. Time out. You mean to tell me that you are, in your brain, giving Long John Silver's a Michelin star?
No, not a Michelin star.
No. That's okay. That's what
a destination. Okay, well, in that case, I have a Long John Silver's a mile from my house.
Right.
I've been here 2 years. I've ate it once.
Okay.
So I have the opportunity to eat Long John Silver's now. I'm not taking it. But when it was closed down and I didn't have access to it, if we ever vacation, like for example, we went to Branson, on the way back home, we stopped at Long John Silver's.
Oh, okay. But why?
Because when you don't have it for 4 years, you want Long John Silver's.
No.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
let's go to Long John Silver's after this.
At one point, I would agree with you. I would. Only because I hadn't had it in a while. But then I had it, and I went, now I remember why I haven't had in a while.
No, you had it, and you're like, that's delicious. I feel horrible from the grease. I need about another year and a half.
No.
But when it's going down and it's good, it's good.
Dude, I've been spoiled with with so many really, really good foods anymore. It's like all the fast food that I eat, I'm just going, like Taco Casa. I do enjoy Taco Casa.
I'm a Taco Bell guy.
Why?
That beefy 5, man. Back when
It's
we used to
not
eat
even
$1.50.
real beef.
Doesn't have to be. Have you had it? It's delicious.
Yes, I have it. But it's not even real meat.
For half the meat we consume is probably not real meat.
That's true. Anyway, but for the most part, like, because I've been spoiled with all like really good foods and stuff like that, anytime I have fast food, I'm going, I can probably do this better. And I'm not even saying, like, I'm not a chef. I can't make really good food like, all these expensive, fancy chefs and all these different restaurants and stuff. I can't do all that stuff. But I'd like to think I'm decent. And when I have all this stuff, I'm going, I want to make it better.
Well, you make me some fish and chips, and I could change my mind.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for fish and chips.
I'm gonna go get me some cod. Actually,
halibut.
No, it's cod.
I know, but
you want halibut?
Halibut, it's so good. It's a whitefish, same area, just as delicious.
But halibut's thicker than cod is. It's more, or not thicker, but dense, more dense than
not
cod.
Not as flaky.
Yeah, which makes it less appetizing, I guess. Just because it is. Because if I'm wanting something dense, I'm gonna go get a steak or something like that. I'm not gonna get like a dense, except for shark. Shark is good.
Haven't had it.
You haven't had shark?
I've had octopus, not shark yet. I've had swordfish.
See, I have. Yes, I have had swordfish.
It's like calamari.
Yeah. But shark is. Think of like steak and a halibut texture wise, and it's like right in between the two.
It's just like steak, but without like the actual fibers.
Yeah. So it's like you can bite into it easier, but it still has that thick, dense.
Shark is such a muscular animal that you're not going to get very tender bites out of it.
Right, and I think that's why. But it's still. I mean, it's still. Because it's fish, it's still flaky. It's still got the.
I would love to live on a coast and actually implement more seafood and fish into my diet.
Dude, and I feel like you would feel so much better.
I'm trying to. So me and Caitlin have been kind of in the vacation blues ever since we got back to Jamaica, and we've been like pondering back and forth. If we take another big trip, where do we want to go? And I really want to take her to like either northeast coast or northwest coast. I really want to go back to Maine, have some lobster rolls. And I'm a big fan of like mussels and clams. When we were at Jamaica, they had them.
I know.
I dang near ran them out of supply.
I know. I watched you.
And I was like,
this is probably going to be really gross, but we're an hour and 7 minutes in, so that's fine. To me, it's the same texture as a loogie. And I can't like that. I can't get that. As soon as I feel that, I'm going, this is somebody else's. Nope. Can't do it. Nope.
It's a different breed to have filter feeders to eat filter feeders, Same thing like oysters and
right. Yeah, it's
oysters are raw. I want to like oysters so bad, but every time I have an oyster, I'm like, it's just not doing it for me.
I had a friend, actually. I think it was my dad who told me the story, but a friend of ours, he was with her and she ordered oysters. She had never had oysters before. And she didn't know that the oyster wasn't like ordering the oyster because they served it in the shell and everything. Yeah. She didn't know you had to pry open the shell and get the meat out of the inside. So she's trying to eat, and he said that was the nastiest sound he'd ever heard.
What place orders like sells oysters but doesn't shuck them? That's a business, because like you shuck an oyster, that shell's gonna break, so you gotta rinse the oyster out.
Well, maybe it was out, but it was like open, like a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't like completely opened all the way where all you take is the spoon, but she just closed it and tried to eat it like it was a sandwich. My dad said that was the nastiest crunch sound he'd ever heard in his life. He goes, that was horrible. I don't want to.
If she could bite through that,
Right.
Power to those chompies. Oh my gosh.
Right. Oh man. What time is it? How much time do we have left? Oh, I already said we were an hour. Dang it. This one we talked about not a lot, but we talked about a lot of a not a lot, if that makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and throw all this. Actually, really quick, let's
the last segment in here.
World Cup. Let's do that.
Ooh. You sure you don't want to save it for the next one because it doesn't start till another 2 weeks?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll save that.
Love the World Cup. Not the biggest soccer or European football or football fan, but I appreciate the fact that it is such a global sport and we're able to host it, and I feel like it's great.
Oh yeah,
and it's a sport. I'm going to be entertained.
Right.
We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, we'll
Go USA.
We'll definitely talk about it more.
Go Captain America.
Of
Was
course.
it Christian Pulisic? Yeah.
You're asking the wrong dude about soccer.
Where's Miguel? Get Miguel on here next week.
Matter of fact, cheat meals. Let's talk about that.
Cheat meals?
Let's do that. What is your go-to cheat meal?
Wingstop.
Okay, I can see that.
Dude, just give me 20.
Do you do the fried or the grilled though?
Wingstop?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cheat meal, bro. I'm going fried bone-in wings. I'm gonna get me 20 wings. Get me like 20 wings.
Okay.
And like some buffalo voodoo fries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably only going to consume about 12 wings and half the fries. I got wings for days.
Right. So is this like guilty pleasure cheat meals?
No, this is like high calorie meals it's like half my diet, you know?
Yeah.
But this is meals that are like high calorie that you just get. When I think of a cheat meal for me, it's like when Caitlin's working and I have like lunch to myself and I can order whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Wingstop's always my go-to.
Yeah. See, I eat Lunchables all the time, so it's not like that's my caloric intake is whatever is on a Lunchables box. Which by the way, Lunchables, they're great because they're easy.
Do you do like the sandwich style or do you like the pizza style?
Pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the ham and cheese.
See, I did like those for a really long time, but it might be that I kind of turn or burn myself out on them because that's all I would eat.
We're kind of on the lines here. Uncrustables. Big fan? Yeah, Uncrustables. Big fan.
Especially when you freeze them.
Oh, and then toast them?
Yes.
Oh.
You freeze them and then toast them, and then you...
I feel like this is a food episode. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry after this.
You're going to laugh at me because I already did it. Freeze them, then warm them up so it's still got that frozen kind of texture. French toast.
Are you a French toast guy? Is that what I'm picking out after this?
Yes.
You know, since I don't know if I've ever solely made French toast.
It's fun.
I've made pancakes. I make pancakes.
It's not the same. All you got to do is take a piece of bread, dunk it in an egg wash, throw it on the thing.
A little cinnamon on top.
Yeah.
A little nutmeg, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do
a little bit of allspice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only because the allspice kind of.
What's the crisp they get on it? Do they get a crunch?
A little bit. Mm-hmm. But really, when you do French toast, because of that egg, it's not going to give you like a big crunch. It kind of depends on how much egg wash you dump it in. So if you're only trying to if you want a little bit of crunch, you just do a little bit less egg wash because it's like the fried egg on top, or not on top, but the fried egg surrounding the toast itself. But yeah, using an Uncrustable for French toast. Because you get that peanut butter.
Why have I never thought of this? We're literally giving the people gold right now.
Right.
Here's the keys to the kingdom.
A lot of people would think that I'm a stoner just by the crap that comes out of my brain when
if I go to a restaurant and the chef is high and very large,
I want that guy.
That is going to be the best food I've ever had.
Dude, there was a chef or a cook at a bar in Norman called Mooney's. And this dude came up with the most off the wall crap. And when I did karaoke and singo over there, this dude would always give me this stuff that he's trying out that he was going to give to the boss, so that way he would, that if they wanted to put it on the menu or not. This dude did fried Gouda balls. So instead of like mozzarella sticks, it was fried Gouda.
So like cheese curds, but like not cheddar.
Right. And it was the best melted fried cheese that I've ever had in my life, because it did have that breading like a mozzarella stick, but when you took that bite, it's something about that smoked Gouda as opposed to the mozzarella, something about that smoked Gouda just gave you a different kind of it's kind of like Hudson's does their pepper jack cubes.
Those are so good.
They're so good.
So good.
But the Gouda to me is better. Like I like that smoky
the
Gouda
cheese
flavor
guy over here.
Oh yeah.
All right,
the only cheese I will not eat is brie.
I like brie though.
I had a
raspberry jam.
The thing about it was I had a bad experience with brie that had gone bad, and that was unfortunately my first experience.
Girlfriend
with brie cheese.
Yeah. Oh, cheese. Oh, gotcha.
No, and yeah, it was bad because they had done the whole, because it's a soft cheese, it's easy to melt. They had done the whole melted inside the whatchamacallit, the casing, and it was that soft spreadable stuff, but it had gone sour and it was so bad.
That would put me off.
Right. So, but every other cheese I've ever had, Havarti cheese, love Havarti cheese.
Munster cheese is one of my favorites.
Munster is the best cheese of all time. I will
I will put it on any sandwich I've ever had.
Business with that. Munster cheese is the best cheese ever. There's something about Munster that just...
You give me like sourdough Munster cheese, and then on top of that you put a
sourdough French toast is really good too, by the way.
There you go. Oh, what am I thinking? Prosciutto on top of that. Ooh. One of the best little sandwiches you ever have.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know we were a food podcast, did you? We've got the hookups. The one thing we haven't done.
What's that?
In this episode.
What's that?
We haven't talked anything about music.
I know.
Can we get a deep cut before we say goodbye?
We'll do a deep cut. Deep dive. We'll do that. I'll let you go first because I gotta
go first. So my deep cut of the week it's kind of a newer song, a little slower song, but I'll give you two. I've got Big Jet Plane, which you may not know it. It's Big Jet Plane by Angus and Julia Stone. So it's one of the songs that I had while we were flying on the airplane. It's just a nice, slow, steady tune, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the bangers. But my deepest cut of the week is going to be All Around Me by Flyleaf. Absolute stud of a song.
I will tell you too. She sounds just like she does when she's recording.
Really? Yeah, she has a absolute wonderful voice.
Yeah, she sounds live. What just happened? Oh, yeah, she sounds live just like she does when she's recording. I'm in the wrong account on this. Dang it!
But there's some like newer songs that I'm kind of keeping an eye out for. I know the Strokes are releasing a new album fairly soon. They dropped a single. I'm kind of looking forward to that one. Got a concert coming up. I'm gonna go listen to Lord Huron. Which is one of Caitlin's favorite musicians. Excited about that one.
Yeah.
But no. All About Me by Flyleaf. Definitely check
All
that
Around
out.
Me.
All Around Me.
Yes. Mine, where's it at? I was looking at it earlier. We were listening to it earlier.
Ooh. That's a good song.
Which one?
Cliffs of Dover.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Clapton.
What was the name of that song? I can't remember the name of the song What song were we listening to earlier?
I didn't know the name of it, but I recognized it. It's kind of more of like a reggae beat sort of stuff. Holly was singing it too.
I can't remember the name of the song now. Dang it.
See, the guy who's always prepared is prepared.
Well, you have your phone. I don't.
I just got my top 3 that I've been listening to recently.
Actually, you know what? We'll just use this one. I think I've already used it before, but we'll do "Love You Want" by Wailing Souls.
I don't know if we have.
That song has been stuck in my head. Uh-oh.
Copyright. 5 seconds.
Yeah,
blur it out.
But yeah, that is going to be my my deep cut of the week. Just because, we were in Jamaica, and on the plane ride there, I watched Cool Runnings, and then and then on the plane ride back, I watched Cool Runnings.
I watched it too.
I'm so happy. That makes me so happy that
such a
you
good
watched
movie,
it.
man.
It is such a good movie, and I'm so glad you finally.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to watch it for forever, but I finally did it. I finally had time. I had it downloaded and everything.
And what'd you think?
It was a good movie. I liked it. I really did like
On
it.
Earth as it is in Turn 7. His whole.
You dead?
Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man.
YouTube's probably gonna bleep that out.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's see. We are okay. Yeah, we are 20 minutes over, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it.
And we're a food podcast now.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for loose pucks, deep cuts, and deep forks. I guess.
Yeah.
What?
Try French toast. Apparently, try
French toast any way you can. French toast is legitness.
It could be Jimmy John's French toast. It could be Uncrustables French toast. It could be sourdough French toast. It could be regular French toast.
Yeah,
we approve of all forms of French toast.
Texas toast, French toast. Something about that thick slice of bread there.
Bro. Should we try Cane's French toast?
Maybe.
It's French toast.
It is French toast.
All the same.
It is French toast all the same.
All French toasts are accepted here.
But yes, loose pucks, deep cuts in this episode, I guess, is deep forks.
This is the definition of a miscellaneous pod. This was the barrel that we were putting together.
Right.
I had a fun time doing it too.
But all right. Thank y'all so much for listening. Y'all stay cool, and you have a good rest of your week, and we will catch you next week. See ya. Woo.